Tonight we're doing chapter 3 of Candlekeep Mysteries, which is entitled The Book of the Raven. And this is my first time DMing online, so go easy on me. And I'm sure all the players are going to go easy on me too, right?
Oh, absolutely not.
Totes. All right, cool.
I will.
Laszlo's going down. All right. Would the lovely Miss Selena give us one of her beautiful recaps of last time?
Yeah, so just a couple of weeks ago, based on what we just talked about, we all enjoyed Masfroth's Mighty Digressions. Enjoyed, I don't know if that's the best word for it, but it did indeed come into our lives. So Laszlo had a book and he was reading it, and it immediately turned into a Ging Watsit. And which is a monster that tried to kill us all. It did in fact kill Laszlo, but thankfully we were able to bring him back. So after we get rid of that, we're like, well, that was crazy. What the hell? And Paige, as he's like wandering by, in the middle of some scheme, he's like, oh, I mean, that's not even the first time that's happened. You guys should go talk to Merryweather. She knows what's up. So we go talk to her, and she's like, yeah, that is weird. I mean, we haven't really done anything about the fact that 3 books had attacked people. We care a little, but you want to do something about that? Great, you should. So we go talk to a few more people. The 3 books were all donated by different people, but it turns out they all got them from Amberdune Books in Baldur's Gate. Yes. Okay. So we travel there. And we track down this stall, and we're like, what are you guys doing? 3 books attacked. And they were like kind of shifty eyed, and they're like, let me get the owner, our leader, she'll come and she'll explain it. We're like, okay. So then the leader comes over and she's like, later, let's talk about this later. And Benlin's like, no, we're talking about it now. So we eventually kind of get her to tell us that, yeah, she did turn those books into Ging Watsits. Yeah, she's got the originals. No, she's not going to make more. Of course not. They're just trying to raise their old pack leader from the dead. They're just trying to get the gold together. They're just, a pair. Oh, by the way, they're all werejackals. So, yeah, they have a pack. So Benlin's like, dudes, come with me, come back with us. We'll get you some payment, and then you can work off, the thing that, almost killed Laszlo. And they're like, cool. So we took him back and we put him to work, and we got a cool, and then Merryweather was like, oh, let me give you a little gift. We got a helmet of comprehend language, which Benlin immediately gave away. So recapitated.
It's as often decapitation ends with the loss of a head. This time recapitation ended with the loss of headwear.
God, that would have been so useful for this next book, but I guess it's not like it was a plot point or anything. But
we can get it back from them if you guys want. We can go and take it back.
Anyway, so
psych.
We've had a few weeks to rest and recuperate and enjoy ourselves at Candlekeep, get back into the groove of things. What's everyone doing? Or what have you been doing for the past couple weeks?
After returning from Baldur's Gate, I'm going to... me and Paige have our little exercise routines that we do when we're not working, and I'm going to go to Laszlo and invite him to join us, maybe for a little target practice as well.
I did give the strawberries that I liberated from the carnival games to Benlin.
I thought that was a dream.
No, that was real. That was real.
It happened at an undetermined point.
Only the strawberries survived.
So for people who don't know, reference to that, we did a one-shot that a couple of our subscribers wrote that was fantastic, and it's I can't remember what it's called.
Oh, shall
Night's
I recap
Entertainment.
The Night's Entertainment. It's Endless Adventure Co.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry I opened this can of worms.
So shout out to them. But so there was a couple carnival games, and in one of them you won strawberries, and Paige, being our master thief, managed to liberate a few and bring them back for Benlin to sample.
Nice.
And I will say that if you received a magical item in that campaign, in that session, that we'll let you keep it. Because at this point, you should have a couple of illusion. So we've got an offer for some training coming up.
I don't think I'd enjoy that.
Well, no, you don't enjoy it at first, but the benefits are great, and I would love to spend more time with you outside of torturing you in the lunch hall. It would be good for Paige, too, to have someone closer to his age to spend time with, besides an old grumpy cook.
Well, so, okay, so you won't torture me in the lunch hall if I come with you now?
I won't let him.
Continue to make you food and ask you your opinion. And I would ask for you to be honest with me, but I promise not to get upset anymore.
Well, can I bring a book?
Of course. I'm sure you have several books on calisthenics or anything like that.
No, but I do have a few dusty tomes that definitely are things that we need to bind at all. They're just not even personal. Sure. Sure. He pops to the back of his room and he comes out with a stack of 5 books just in front of him as he's walking forward, like barely looking over.
Well, I figured today we would work on target practice, as Paige has recently discovered that he can throw daggers with his mind, and that has been a problem around the kitchen. So we're going to practice that today.
I'm sorry, with your mind?
Paige?
Yeah, it was something that my grandparents did, and my parents told me not to try it ever, and so I tried it.
Does it hurt?
No, actually, it's pretty cool.
That's fascinating.
The colors are nice.
Yes. Now every time he gestures for something, daggers fly out and put holes in my walls. So we're going to practice on controlling that. Right, Paige?
Right. We're going to practice, and we'll practice.
And I figured at the same time you could practice shooting that magic ray of yours that flays skin from Flipbone. Just all around practicing.
I probably shouldn't practice on YouTube, though.
No. I have pumpkins.
Oh, okay.
And he puts a giant pumpkin down. Unfortunately, the greenhouse grows these things year round, and they're not good for eating. And so you guys kill the pumpkins. I'll roast the seeds. How's that sound?
Pumpkin is delicious, though.
Yeah, but like the actual jack-o'-lantern pumpkins, like the pumpkins you make food out of are much smaller. So these are like the big ones that aren't useful unless you're making jack-o'-lanterns, really.
Mm-hmm. Still eat them, but
and you can still eat them after filling them with magic holes.
I'll come out with you guys. I'll come out with you guys super excited, just to be doing something new and really looking at Paige flinging daggers with his mind. I'll throw 2, maybe 3 Eldritch Blasts at the pumpkin and then kind of sit back next to a tree and start reading my books.
Did my damage for the day.
Benlin notices you, but lets you do that, and then later he makes you go on a jog with him and Paige as a cool down.
For the jog, does Paige have to stay with you guys, or can I take off and do the tabaxi?
Running ahead of me, yeah.
Yes.
You're totally Captain American. On your left. And then, of course, I continue to have tea with Naya and Kirill at every possible opportunity, and we gossip about all the things going on. But that's just ongoing for the rest of our lives because we're best friends. So.
Okay, Naya, Kirill, either of you?
Well, I sent several desperate letters to that orc at the Beatables place.
Bemsto.
Unfortunately, they all went unanswered.
Oh, so sad.
Can I roll to see how my song for the stable hand went?
Oh yeah, please.
Did you write it? No,
I didn't write it.
Aw.
I didn't write it. I'm sorry. I have a new job this week and it's been very challenging. I apologize.
Okay.
How dare you?
What kind of bard are you?
But that is a 21.
It is.
That's what kind of bard I am.
It is fantastic. I'm assuming you sang it to him in person.
Oh, I believe last time we ended with me going off alone because I had the feeling that in this case, this is something that you deliver yourself and in person and in private.
So he is in love with it, like tears in his eyes, and loves it so much that he asks you to reprise it for a group of his close friends.
Oh.
So you're now garnering a reputation around Candlekeep.
Once it's given to who it belongs to, if they choose to share it, that is, of course, their purview. But beyond that, I've been corresponding with, which I believe we went over kind of a little bit of our backstories in the Zero session, but Kirill comes from a family of bards that work in different courts around Sword Coast, and I've been corresponding with all of my family members now that I'm getting more used to the swing of things here. And in that, I actually got some interesting news because I explained to them how I've been having difficulty in doing damage with anything beyond my weaponry and how barbaric is that. And I got a little bit of a tune to shatter items and creatures, and I'm excited to add that to my repertoire.
All right. Naya, anything besides attempting to woo said Orcman, beautiful Orcman?
Just, managing clients and continuing to train in my monk abilities. I've gotten a lot faster over the past couple of weeks.
I'm sure you have. All right. So,
Hank,
yes.
Hank, is it okay with you if since Bemsto is technically my NPC, if I do something with him?
Sure.
So, Bemsto ends up, you receive a large crate, and inside of it, addressed to Naya, from Bemsto. And once we get it open, it's a metallic kind of sculpture of Naya. And it comes with a letter saying, "Please accept this with my grave misunderstanding, as I do not love you. Please accept this gift and stop sending me letters."
Am I in the nude?
It's abstract. It's abstract.
Tasteful.
I just have to write him as someone else. Someone with a more masculine name, maybe.
Naya, I think this would look phenomenal in the foyer of the bathhouse. Do you?
Yes, it really evokes exactly what I'm going for.
Agreed. And with that stainless steel, that's not going to rust. You could have it in the steam.
Must be careful, though. Sharp edges.
Also, I've decided that Kayla starts to visit Candlekeep to visit with Naya and Kirill.
Yeah.
So, Paige.
Yes.
On one of your runs, when you get a little bit ahead of yourself one afternoon, as you're wandering down one of the paths that you may not have taken before, or wandering through the trees you quite haven't explored before, you are accosted by a raven. Maybe accosted is a bad word. A raven flies up into your face, caws at you, and then lands in front of you. The raven kind of hops back and then caws at you again, and then kind of hops a little bit towards a tree.
I take one paw and I push claws out but I follow it to the tree.
Do we catch up eventually, me and Laszlo, or?
I think he's pretty far ahead. I mean, he's a tabaxi. Let's be honest here. How fast can he run? He's on the other side of Candlekeep at this point. The raven kind of flies up a little bit, gives you another and lands on a branch. And you notice wedged into this branch a piece of what looks like black leather or bark or something kind of rough and shiny almost.
So like exactly the type of thing Paige would just need to figure out what it is.
I mean, it's not, doesn't look like it's supposed to be there, but you never know. It's
okay. Is it up? Like, do I have to climb, or is it just within paw's reach?
Probably just like a little hop. It's not crazy up there. You could probably do a little hop, or if you wanted to climb, you could, but
whichever would just be easier, make the most sense.
I'm going to just say you do a little hop and just kind of bat at it and knock it out of the crook of the branch.
Okay.
And as you do that, the hawk comes up and kind of flies back in your face, caws at you, and then disappears.
Disappears, not flies off.
Sorry, flies off.
Okay.
It's not disappear. Sorry.
As I
said it, I was like, oh God, no, not that. Okay.
Object in mouth. Where's my...
No.
Okay.
Illusions.
He caws at you and flies off.
Okay. What am I holding?
You are holding a small, what looks like a small, thin book. And maybe, you can't tell, the cover's maybe made out of like a black bark, like maybe oak or something like that.
Can you show us a picture?
Yeah, it's kind of worn down a little bit, so it's a little bit shiny, but it's not, looks pretty old, and it's not in the best repair. But here we go. So it looks like this.
Ooh.
I didn't realize that
Naya's
this had handouts for all the books. That is so cool.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Is this Naya's client list?
Oh, a little black book? Oh no. So you notice it's not heavy. It's a small book. It's bound with black substance and what looks like maybe black wire. It's very nondescript. Absolutely no writing, no title, nothing, no marks of any kind on the outside that you can see.
Can I just take a seat and try to get into it?
It opens. It's just the binding is wire. It's not locked or it's not wrapped up or anything.
I was taking that as like bound by wire.
Oh no, I'm sorry.
Okay.
Apologies.
So,
Looking at the image, are there little like pieces of feather stuck into the bark?
We'll get there.
Oh, I'm sorry.
We'll get there.
I was engrossed. I apologize.
So as you sit down to examine it, as Coulter mentioned, there are what look like beak marks and maybe little tufts of feathers in random places. And it looks like maybe someone was trying to get into the book by poking at it, but weren't quite able to.
I mean, I have thumbs.
Do you open the book?
I know this is a bad idea, but Paige would absolutely open the book.
It opens.
Does anything attack me? Does anything jump out at me?
Nope. You look inside and the pages are old and yellowed with age and wrinkled from moisture. It looks like this book wasn't really well cared for a long time. So you can read the writing, but some of it looks a little blotchy, like maybe it was left in the rain at one point or some mold crept in, but it's still readable.
Okay. Is there a title page?
Do you thumb through the book or do you just open it?
I mean, I would have opened just the front cover and then just like look for a title page or a dedication or something to give me some sort of idea.
As you look at the first page, there is no title page. All that you see so far is a date. years and years and years ago. And there's this cramped, blotchy script that's very unsteady, almost like someone was balancing this while they were writing it on something that they shouldn't have been writing on. But it looks like it's almost journal entries, maybe.
Okay. I'm gonna walk towards the path that Benlin was heading down, and I'm gonna be looking for them, but I'm gonna also like kind of keep half attention on the book, trying to figure out what's going on and trying to look for everybody else.
Okay.
What's the first entry?
The first entry describes an author, I'm trying to remember here. It looks like all of these journal entries are the viewpoint from someone who was on a journey inside of a covered wagon. And as you kind of thumb through and maybe read the first couple of passages, you realize that this was a journal of someone who was on some quest doing something. She doesn't quite say what. And she fell off of her horse and broke her leg. And she was picked up by a group of Vistani travelers who graciously offered to pick her up and carry her in their wagons until she was well enough to go off on her own. As you're flipping through, you don't see her name anywhere. You don't see her refer to herself as anything. And so far, you haven't seen any names whatsoever in the book. You're still probably only a couple pages in. But even a couple pages in, that's a small chunk of the book. It's not very long.
Those are the tales of a good story. I'm gonna plant this in the great library. Instead of stealing a book, I'll plant a book. Benlin!
Benlin comes jogging up, giving Laszlo a piggyback ride while he reads a book. Laszlo got tired, so we got behind. With
Benlin,
that,
I have an idea. Laszlo, you tell me if you think this will work.
Paige, if you took that from the library, you know you have to give it back, right? You can't keep it. I'm proud of you, but like you can't just keep the books.
We'll get to that sentence that you said before reminding me I can't keep the books in a second. No, I found this. I think maybe I should plant it in the great library secretly instead of trying to get a book out.
I let Laszlo down. Laszlo, is that one of yours?
Can I see it?
Yeah, it's a journal of some sort.
Like take it by the edges and very carefully open it. Have I seen anything similar to this before?
You have never seen this book before in your life.
It's very dirty. There's a lot of marks on the cover. Did you do this, Paige?
No, I was getting a good run in, and a raven not attacked me, but almost did. And it kind of like almost led me to it. It was in a tree.
You're saying a bird flagged you down and brought you to this book.
Yeah, that's a good way to phrase it.
All right, let's go find Naya and Kirill, and that might be dangerous. So why don't we... do you mind looking through it, Laszlo, and determining if it's even safe to add to the library?
Like halfway into it reading.
Okay, all right.
So Laszlo, you're actually going and reading?
Yeah.
Okay. So this book looks like it provides a detailed account of this anonymous author's time with the Vistani. You do, as you're getting through the books, or as you're getting through the entries, you do see two names pop out. The only two names that you've come across the entire time. One is Drasha, a teenage girl who helped apply bandages and poultices and such to the wounded traveler's leg. And the other is Darzin, who is a one-armed boy with a fear of wolves, who has what the author describes as the voice of an angel.
and Darcy
uses his voice to keep the injured party's mind off the pain.
What do I know about the Vashani? Anything?
So as you read through the book, you actually learn quite a few things. This book describes a detailed way of their life with an emphasis on food and music. It's interesting because the journey through the forests and wilderness that the Vistani traveled through is discussed, but the author's in the backside of a wagon. And so she's not seeing everything. She's just seeing what she can see out the window. So a lot of the things that she sees are being described third party to her. But by reading through the book, you learn quite a lot of information about the Vistani. You learn that they're planar travelers often encountered in the Shadowfell. And somehow they seem to be resistant or even immune to the despair that besets all of the visitors to the Shadowfell. They travel in barrel-shaped wagons and don't really have a permanent home except the Shadowfell. They're prosperous and share their good fortune with friends and strangers. They display their wealth openly as a sign of prosperity. Each family is kind of its own thing. It's a gerontocracy, so the oldest member is the ruling party. And it seems like the Vistani can travel through the Shadowfell without being harmed or coming to less harm than other people. And you also see a lot of Raven symbology and references throughout the book. And you come to realize that the Vistani believe that ravens carry lost souls within them. And so ravens are very sacred to them. And killing a raven is considered extremely bad luck.
I'll be spouting all of this off as I'm walking back reading, just like talking to anyone who will listen about what I'm learning about the Vistani.
As you get towards the end of the book, the author begins to attempt to kind of hobble around on crutches. So she gets, out of the wagon and gets to see a little bit more scenery. And she thinks it's kind of weird. They're approaching this weird, dark, tall castle that's kind of gloomy. But the Vistani don't seem to mind that it's, dark and kind of creepy looking. They're just very cheery. The last section of the book talks about or gives a detailed description of the castle's dreadful countenance and presence. But then all of a sudden, on the third to last page, the writing just stops mid-sentence.
Oh.
It almost seems like the author was taken, or the book was taken from the author before they could finish what they wanted to say. So the last 2 full pages of the book are blank.
What happened next? And I'll kind of look up. What happens next?
Well, how old is the book? I mean, it might be something we could research. Maybe this is a historical event.
Can I place, with my bookbinding skills, how old the paper is or how old the binding is?
It's really difficult because there's so much damage to the book as far as time wear, but also water damage, maybe some mold damage that, you can't really, some pages look healthier and then some pages look like they're about to fall apart and disintegrate. As you're inspecting the last 2 pages of the book, though, as you turn one of the pages, a page pops out.
Oh.
And as you take the page and look it over, you see that it is actually a folded up map.
It's a map.
A map? As I get very excited and scurry over.
Actually, I like this one because here, we'll do this. I enjoyed that they actually made a map of it.
Nice.
Ooh, a
So
full
we can
page
look
map.
at it in bigger detail.
Tree Hill, Woodbridge, Scourge of Red Worm. It's a bona fide map.
Didn't the person who last owned this book befall some unknown fate?
I mean, that's what we can probably infer. But this just popped out of nowhere. I need to rebind this. I think this book needs more care and attention than it's gotten over however many years it's been in the tree.
So as you look at this map and look at the paper and look at the book itself, it's not clear whether or not this map was actually part of this book or if someone added this map to the book.
Can I check if the paper is like similar?
Sure.
Similar like hue and
Go for
acid content. What do you want me to do? Roll?
What do you think you should roll?
Probably like intelligence. Maybe like investigation.
I'll do investigation. I'll take that.
That's a 13.
It's close, but you're still not quite sure if it's the same paper. It's very similar, but you're not quite there.
It might be separate from the book itself.
Separate could still mean related.
Is there any mention of these points of interest on the map in the book?
No. There's no, from what you remember reading through the book, and you can go through it, there's no landmarks named that follow any of these.
What about Which Way? Have I ever heard of Which Way in Faerun? I'll make a history check if you want.
Who's on first?
What region are you from? Where's Benlin from?
Benlin was a traveling merchant for a long time, and then he settled in Waterdeep along the Sword Coast. But originally,
Sure.
I mean, he's Genasi, so I don't know where exactly he's from per se. I'm not familiar enough with Faerun. I apologize.
Give me a history.
Give him a what roll?
History.
It's only a 9.
You have never heard of Which Way or any of this stuff.
Well, Bo's off on his training exercises, but if anyone's going to know about some weird town, it should be Kirill, and Naya would literally kill me if I didn't take her on a bona fide treasure hunt. And we do need to get a hike in today.
I would say Paige would be greatly offended if you didn't bring him on a literal treasure hunt.
Paige, you're right here. Obviously, you're going to come with us on the treasure hunt.
Oh, good.
Should we try and find it? You guys have never stopped being mad at me for giving away that helmet, so I guess this would make up for it.
Wait, you guys got a helmet?
Shh, Paige.
Yes, and it would have helped my work greatly, but it was given away.
If we ever come across one again, you just point it out and I'll liberate.
Liberate the strawberries.
Well, why don't we go back and talk to our other two friends, and I will see if I can get this book in better repair.
Can I place my hand on the book's cover and cast Mending to repair all the beak marks?
Sure.
There you go. Halfway there.
The magic flows through you, and it looks like the marks are kind of filling in, and then as soon as you pull your hand away, they're back.
That's creepy.
Yeah, we definitely need to talk to Naya and Kirill.
Are you leaving the book unattended?
No,
Oh, no,
I'm not leaving it. I'm not stopping clutching it.
Okay.
Maybe Kirill and I are enjoying some sun outside the hearth when you guys walk up.
I've come up with this phenomenal new thing where you can take coffee, brew it double strength, and then put it over ice.
Cold coffee. I don't know if that'll ever catch on.
I know, but I love it. I think this is the only way I'm going to consume it from now on.
I mean, on a hot day, yes, definitely. It sounds quite refreshing. Oh, look, there's Benlet.
Kirill,
I pulled off and going to the binder.
I don't know if we should split up. The book resisting magic made me nervous, Laszlo.
Uh-huh.
I think you should stay with us.
Sure. And then I'm walking towards the binder.
Laszlo?
What's wrong with Laszlo?
I don't know. I'm going to mold earth a wall in front of Laszlo.
Wow. Okay. All right. Laszlo.
Not
Mold
to
it
harm him,
5 feet
but,
at a
like,
time?
No, but I mean, how's Laszlo responding to that?
I mean, he would just step around it.
Can I run over to Laszlo?
If you want to join me, and while I'm doing my work, we can discuss things.
Can I?
Kirill, Naya, we're on the clock. We're heading toward the bookbinder.
What are we
Oh,
gonna do?
wonderful.
What are we gonna do, Paige?
I just wanted to run up and catch up with Laszlo, like as the wall's forming, and then match pace and walk with him and just. So, what are your plans? I think Fenlo's rallying the troops.
No.
Where do you think the 3-tree hill is?
Between the 4 and the 2 tree hill?
I don't see that on the map. Where's
That was.
Paige?
There we go. There we go. The 3-tree hill. I think the biggest things that we may have heard of is going to be either the city of Witchway or the Scorch of Red Worm. I'm from out in a small village. I'm pretty unfamiliar with all the cities.
Can we have caught up by this
We
point?
come in after, sure.
Oh, yes. I'll roll up my towel and put it in my pack and pull down my sleeves. I guess we're not getting a tan today. That's fine. When the
As
tips
you
don't
get
come
close to me.
in, don't blame me.
As you come near me, Kirill, I kind of snatch your iced coffee and I'm like, oh, this is divine. We should sell this at the hearth.
I was enjoying it, but yes, please have, as I can make more. So what is this whole thing about?
Have you ever heard of a town called Witchway?
Hank, should I roll for that, or would I just not have heard of that?
What areas are you familiar with?
So my whole family is all along, again, the Sword Coast. So like I have families in all of the major courts. So from all the way up, not to 10 towns, but like to like Luskin. And then my time with Lila was sent in like, I just lost the name of it, but the plains that used to be inhabited by halflings around the Sea of Falling Stars.
Kalmshan?
Yes. No, Kalmshan's south on the Sword Coast, I think.
Oh, yeah, Shining Plain.
Yes.
Well, regardless, you vaguely remember one of your one of your family members talking about some place that maybe sounded like Witchwood or Witchway. Witchwood. Something about some haunted house or something, but no one goes near it anymore. And if you remember, they placed it somewhere in the north of If you want to give me a history roll to get a little more specific.
Okay.
Don't let me down.
Is that a 20?
That's a nat 20.
Hey. Love it.
So that is a 24 total.
Okay. Oh, yeah. You definitely remember one of your cousins talking about hearing some folk story about a haunted little hamlet village somewhere in between the Cloud Peaks and the Snake Woods.
I actually think I still have the letter that they were. It was just a passing thing, but the which way? I mean, the spelling it really struck me with the little Y.
It's very distinctive.
I mean, I thought it was clever. It kind of makes you wonder, like, is it a witch? Is it a witch? You'd get the whole.
Is it a worm?
Or is it this way or that way?
Who's on first?
Well,
first?
That's a bit of a way, isn't it? That's south of
Baldur's Gate. The post takes about a month to get here, generally.
You're looking at a couple weeks travel.
It was, that letter specifically, probably about 2 years ago.
If you guys pushed it, you're probably looking at a week and a half, 2 weeks.
Is there a way to get faster by like sea travel or something?
I mean, honestly, by the time you go down to a main road and then come back up, you've probably added time.
Okay.
I was going to say, I'm looking at a map, and Candlekeep is south of Baldur's Gate, so we're actually closer to Witchway than, going up to Baldur's Gate would be going out of our way.
Yeah, so if you're looking at a Faerun map, you're in between the Cloud Peaks and Snakewood.
Yeah.
So there's Giant's Dance, Citadel Omner.
Yeah, because if we go south to Grimoire and then head east, we could go all the way to Amwater and then go north from there.
Well, and it was mentioned that it's somewhere in that area, but you don't exactly know where.
I mean, it's a treasure hunt. I have the jackals now. I have the jackals now, so the hearth takes care of itself now. And
I don't think I have.
Do you have the jackals?
I don't think I have any.
Did Candlekeep approve that?
That was what we determined at the end of Jake's session. It would be up to Jake, I guess.
Yeah.
Or you, I guess.
Very sad.
While this is happening, I'm going to try to put the map on the last page of the book so it doesn't get lost, and then see if I can rebind the book.
Oh, okay. So it's added to the book?
Add it to the book and then kind of rebind maybe a fresh piece of leather over it, just so it can cover like the indents in the wood and the open binding.
We are dramatically closer to than I thought we were.
Yeah.
Yeah, you are. As I keep thinking, Candlekeep is up closer to Neverwinter.
Yeah.
Like the Mayor of Dead Men, but it's actually like super close.
I was going to say, if it took us 4 days to get to Baldur's Gate, like it did in the last episode, like we're a lot closer than...
Yeah.
But it would be overland, no roads.
Right. So I will say, if you take those roads that you described down to Grimoire and then across to Amwater, I'd say a 10-day and a half to get to Amwater.
And once we're in Amwater, we can ask for better directions, as there'll be locals at that point.
Mm-hmm.
Do the book repairs take on the book that?
You think that they take, and then as you go to open the book, the map falls out, and the leather looks like there was absolutely no adhesive on that leather whatsoever.
Shit. I will carefully place it inside, close it, and then like open it slightly just to make sure it's still in there, and then close it again.
It's there. The map's there. It's not going anywhere. All right.
So, Naya, do you have your affairs in order? You up for an adventure?
I always am.
Paige, can you take a couple weeks off from trying to rob the place and go on an adventure with us?
For buried treasure, I think I can.
We don't even know if it's buried. We just know there's a treasure.
That makes it even easier.
Well, if what you said is true, maybe this young woman is in danger.
Well, I mean, Laszlo said that the book and map are unrelated.
Not necessarily unrelated, just a different, maybe a different paper, and it didn't come out of the actual journal. But I mean, it appeared from the journal.
So nowhere in this little adventure were you even thinking about saving this young woman?
I assume she's long since dead. I mean, the journal looks old as hell.
I don't mean to be discouraging, but in everything you've all told me, I don't know if I see the idea of treasure. Has anybody said treasure? Did the journal say treasure?
Yes, it says the treasure's yours at the very end of the little limerick. Follow the trail to the Hand and Horn, past Three Tree Hill, over River Warren to the Worm's Mark in the Foggy Moors. West of there, the treasure's yours.
I'm sorry, you were all waving the map around and pointing. I didn't get to read the little poetry at the end.
Sorry if I'm doing that thing where I just fixate on one part of it. I suppose there could be a person's life in danger, and of course that would be number one priority.
Is there a volcano in Alm?
I mean, it's a much more warm region than most of the Sword Coast.
I'm just saying, on the map, there's a literal dragon-shaped cloud coming out of a volcano. I'm hoping that's
Do I know if there's a volcano in Alm? I don't want to speak out of turn.
I would say, based on you traveling so much, especially with your patron for that time, you know that volcanoes can kind of pop up anywhere. It just depends on the landscape. And it doesn't necessarily mean that it's a live volcano or that you even know it's a volcano. There could be a mountain that could be one. But you're not familiar enough with to know whether or not that specific region would have a volcano kind of thing.
I mean, I suppose we have lots of time to speculate while we're traveling down to the Cloud Peak.
Now, when we get there, who's getting attacked by the dragons so that we can pass?
Oh, obviously you.
You joke. I know you wouldn't let that happen.
But you're so quick, Paige.
Yeah.
Obviously the quickest of us.
You could clearly outrun a dragon.
Really think I could?
No.
I just hope we don't have to test it.
Can you guys
I mean,
yes. Depending on the color, I might be of some sort of use there.
I suppose we'll burn
this
that
is all
bridge when we get to
supposing
it.
we can even find witchware. That's the first part of it.
Well, then I suppose we should make an attempt.
On the morrow?
I would love to, Laszlo, with your permission, I would love to either read the book on the journey or have it read to me. I think this would be an interesting story to record.
Sure, I can read it to everybody.
Yeah, get a little studying going on the road.
Do you mind if I record it?
Yes.
You mind if I record it?
I mean, it's recorded already in the book. Wouldn't that be plagiarism?
Well, I would attribute it to the. I would attribute it to the author. It just seems like something that should be made available for broader consumption than a single fragile piece of literature.
I can actually inform you that the book seems very, very insistent on looking this badly. I tried to fix it with magic and it wouldn't take.
All the more reason.
There's no author's name on it. How will you attribute it to the book?
Ooh. The mystery woman of the Raven Mists. It has a nice ring.
Mm.
These Vistani, have you ever heard of them before, Kirill?
I don't think so, no.
Laszlo talked a lot about them, but I've never heard of them myself.
I mean, the concept of traveling folk is fairly familiar, but that's not a name that I'm familiar with as far as things go.
Yes, but they travel along the Shadowlands.
You've heard rumors of groups that sound kind of like the Vistani, that travel along, the soft spots of the Shadowfell and come and go from the dark places, but you've never had a name to put to them.
Anyway, we head out.
Illuminating as a journey then.
I say we head out first thing tomorrow. I'll have time to put my affairs in order by then.
My grandfather always said the best way to learn about a people was to travel their path.
I will endeavor to cook the food from the novel or the journal while we travel.
There's lots of descriptions of food in there.
Yes, and it will be immersive.
And I think I can probably secure us some horses and a wagon. If things go well.
And you'll have plenty of...
After your last adventure, they kind of know that you guys are doing these adventure kind of things, and so I feel like they're more amenable to you guys taking stuff if you need it. You still have to ask.
And my song didn't piss them off.
Right. You can't just go in the stable and be like, oh, I'm going to take this, but they know that you guys are doing missions to retrieve books and solve mysteries and stuff, so they're a little more open to it.
We've brought them workers and tomes and cubitibums, whatever those things are called. I still can't say the word. It was very difficult last time because it's a strange word. Jake?
Ging Watsums?
Ging Watsums.
Ging Watsums.
It's like Ging Watsum.
There we go.
Watsums.
Which were hopefully useful research subjects.
Once they killed someone. All right, so we're going to sleep, and then tomorrow morning we're going to take off.
Well, I go to the bathhouse because I want to smell as good as I can before we start walking for 3 days.
Okay. I'm assuming
Kirill the only one that bathes daily.
I'm an Earth Genasi. If I bathe too much, I get skinny.
Wouldn't want that.
Wow. Who has the book?
Laszlo. Laszlo won't let any of us touch it.
I would work through maybe, I don't know, half the night trying to like recover it and put the map inside of it, and then just kind of like pass out as I get exhausted.
Yeah, every time you go to do it, it looks like it takes and like it looks great, and then you look away for a split second, you look back and like it's like nothing happened. It's almost like there's maybe even like more peck marks on it.
I just have in my mind this perfect thing of him like fixing it, holding it up and going, and then all the stuff just falling off of
It just melts off. Yeah, exactly.
Are ravens trying to get in the windows?
No, you haven't seen any ravens since this book has been in your possession, actually. Okay, so is anyone doing anything special over the night, or?
I'm gathering as many of ingredients from memory from the book as I can, from the hearth stocks, and preparing all of that for the journey.
Okay. Anyone else? Anything special? All right. Last though, when you wake up in the morning, if you've passed out, I assume on the floor, the book's sitting on your desk or laying on the floor or something like that. Mm-hmm. As you look up to the book, it's laying open on the ground, and the pages are just kind of gently turning themselves, like wafting in a breeze.
I'll kind of look around in a panic. Hello?
Nothing.
I'll pick the book up again. Are there any additional pages?
Nope. Looks exactly the same as it did last night. Map's still tucked in the back.
I will close it again, go to put it in my bag, think about it, bring it back, open the last page a bit again, just to make sure the map is still there, close it again, and then put it in my bag.
Nothing. Map's still there.
Okay. Then I'll put it in my bag and I guess walk towards the front of Candlekeep, waiting to leave.
All right. What's bright, beautiful, sunny morning, birds calling? What's everyone else doing?
Get breakfast at the hearth, and I'm ready to go.
Okay.
Getting my morning stretches on.
All right. So we're taking off. All right.
We're ready.
So since you guys are taking roads, and most of these roads are actually fairly well traveled. There's not really, you meet up with a couple merchant wagons here and there, and you camp with a couple of them. So there's not really any sense of danger or, are we going to get ambushed or anything along the roads. You pass over the Cloud Peaks into make it to Grimoire, make your way toward Water, and we get to Water, and you find a little village just outside of town where you can ask some questions.
I am so happy that we are finally traveling in a place with a merchant culture. It makes the roads so much smoother, so much easier to travel. This entire camping in the woods thing was, I don't know, getting a little bit old.
Yes. It's good for the kids. Builds character.
Each night I would put the book out, like after everyone went to sleep, I would put the book out and like watch it for an hour. And if nothing happened, I would like put it back up and like tie it with some leather and put it back in my bag.
Every night's the same thing. You leave it open. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, mine can go after. Sorry.
Every night you leave it open. It takes a minute or two before after you've like left it alone, and it just like a soft wind almost comes, opens the cover, ruffles the pages a little bit, and then you stop it. You open it up a little bit to see and make sure the map's there, close it, you check it again, close it and bind it. Nothing happens.
Does it open to any specific page, or is it just kind of like flows open? Okay.
Nope. It's just like you left the book in the grass on a windy day, and it's just fluttering through the pages.
I assume you don't tell any of us any of this.
No.
Laszlo, on the journey down there, would you have allowed me to try and like paraphrase or record as you read the book?
Sure. I guess you can, as long as you give. Maybe you can, when we catalog it in the library, maybe you can use that as the reference in your story, the catalog number, so it's not plagiarism.
I think that's fair. I mean, I won't write anything down verbatim, but my plan is to reference a book left by crows by an unnamed traveler in the presence of the Vistani, read by Laszlo the Binder.
That opens on its own and flips through pages.
It does what?
It opens on its own and flips through pages.
I'm not
How
sure
often
if
has it been doing
incredibly
that?
useful for cataloging.
It's every time you leave it alone.
And you do it now?
I'll like unbind it, check, make sure the map is there, and then put it on a rock somewhere and walk away.
A minute or two goes by, and then like a soft breeze, the book just opens and pages start fluttering back and forth.
How
Are
peculiar.
we following a map that came out of a haunted book?
Ooh, a trap. That sounds fun.
You can check for those.
Yeah.
Well,
that's why
the castle certainly didn't sound inviting. Maybe it's haunted.
Do we think the story relates to this map specifically? It sounds like she was almost kidnapped by the Vistani, unbeknownst to her.
Yes, they kept her happy, didn't they, in her little cabin, her little wagon.
But if they kidnapped her, then how did the book get where it was? That doesn't seem really consistent with the rest of this.
I mean,
Not the books can't travel on their own, but...
And I think we knew that the book was just a little weird since the map popped out of it.
You said the map was inside the book.
No, it popped out. There was no page there, and then there was a page with a map.
You're definitely being lured into a trap.
After several days of like
trap.
transcribing and paraphrasing Laszlo's readings, did the notes just stay the same? Like, are they normal?
Everything about the book, the map, and your notes is 100% the same. Absolutely nothing has changed.
Okay, so the knowledge itself doesn't seem to be a part of the problem. And you both attempted mundane and magical ways of binding.
Yes.
So whatever is going on seems to be within the book itself. I think that's a fair deduction.
Mm-hmm. Is the book magical?
It seems like it. If map popped out.
Yes, but is there a way for us to determine without a question or doubt that it is magical?
I don't have detect magic. I have identify, but we know that it's a book, so I don't know if identify will necessarily.
But identify will also give us the traits of the magic item. I don't have detect magic. So
I mean, I can make an attempt and see if it can give us some more information on why the book's behaving this way. Nothing seems malicious thus far.
Well, unless it's gently leading us to a horrible castle-y fate.
I mean, we kind of jumped off on that path all on our own. We didn't even make an attempt to catalog the book before we left. Which I would also point out is not strange for us. So I don't think we can blame that on the book.
The book wasn't found in Candlekeep.
It was.
Oh, I thought you were outside.
Well, I mean,
within the walls.
Yeah.
Okay, so it was found in Candlekeep.
In the
what?
Well, I think Paige came across it within the Court of Air.
So, like, by my reckoning, it's within Candlekeep because it's within their grounds.
Okay.
You just don't know how it made it into the tree.
Okay, that's fine. I didn't know. I thought they were like outside the walls running or whatever. But
I mean,
okay.
You don't even know technically if it's part of Candlekeep's collection.
Right. Okay.
It was found in Candlekeep grounds, but whether or not the monks have ever seen it.
We didn't ask. Gotcha.
Well, since we're all resting outside of a town anyways, I can take a few minutes and see what the spell tells us.
All right. Why don't you do that, and me, Paige, and Naya go and see if we can't find directions to which way, just in case this isn't a horrible trap.
Yeah. Be prepared.
50-50 at least.
Yeah.
Laszlo, are you comfortable with me doing that? The book is your ward.
I think you'll be careful enough. I hope.
I don't need to touch it or anything. I just need to be.
Oh, perfect.
Ironically, Identify does require you touch it.
Well,
Well.
Just put my hands on it. I take that back. I will need to place one finger, but you can tell me where to place it.
This edge here, next to the larger beak mark. If you can get in the beak mark, just so you don't damage around.
I love how protective.
I can keep it within the beak mark.
All right, so you're casting Identify?
Yes. I mean, it'll take me 10 minutes, yeah.
Okay. Are you doing ritual? Okay, cool. So you hold your finger in that beak mark for 10 minutes as you do your ritual or whatever. Or maybe you do your ritual and then you place your finger in. And it's just a book. There's a very faint magical aura to it. But there's no spells affecting it. There's no magical abilities to it. It's not hiding anything. You don't even have a name for what the book might be. You do know that there is something magical to it. It's imbued with some magic. It's not necessarily a spell. It's just an effect that the book has that pops up occasionally.
So I would know then that it was not created by a spell.
Correct. This was made by I don't want to say human hands. It was made by a person physically with their hands. It was not the results. It's not a magic made item.
So it's not a Ging Watson.
No. And I mean, so based on Identify, magic compute items, learn its properties, how to use them. You just know that it has this weird magical aura that if it's left alone, it just starts kind of fluttering open in a gentle breeze.
Well, me and the book have that in common.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Laszlo. This was helpful in a way that is not necessarily pertinent to what we are doing. So I think we best try and hurry to catch up with the others, but I don't think I'll ever need to touch it again, if that's of any consolation.
Fair enough. And then I'll go over, close it, peek again, make sure the map's there. It is. I'll put my
Still
leather strap around it, close it, and put it back in my bag.
You can't even tell that Kirill touched it.
I have a very light touch, I've been told.
So everyone else went into this little village, correct?
Yeah, we're looking for people to talk to.
All right, this is going to be
more specifically for Naya to talk to, because Naya is the
gotcha. All right,
the honey pot, as it were.
All right. So you
I don't love that.
You walk the
I'm
streets.
the honeypot. I'm just saying.
You walk the streets of this village, and it seems pretty empty or pretty shuttered. Like there's people living here, but they don't interact much. Not that they're like, scared of you guys. They just seem to keep to themselves. There is one elderly-looking halfling gentleman out sweeping his little front porch of his little house. And he kind of looks at you and then kind of turns to the side a little bit, shuffles, and then kind of turns and looks at you again and pretends like he's not seeing you.
Hello over there, darling. I know you're working. You must be working so hard right now. We would love to just chat with you for a moment, if it's possible.
Don't like visitors.
I can see that. Visitors can be so dreadfully boring, getting to know all this small talk. But we would be very quick if you have just a minute.
Fine.
We're trying to find the village of Witchwood? What is it?
Which-way?
Witchwood. Oh, I said it right.
With a Y.
Are you familiar with that?
Yeah, was a hamlet back in the day. It's lots of monsters ran everyone out of town. It's,
no.
It's abandoned now. I don't know why you'd want to go there, but it's full of monsters.
Oh dear, it's nearby though.
A couple of days travel north.
Wow.
Looks like we'll be camping after all.
Is there anyone else who might know more details about this mysterious place?
We're not supposed to go near it.
I can see why you wouldn't want to.
No.
Who has forbidden you from going?
Them.
Them?
You, darling.
The village. Just we don't go there.
Naya?
Well, do we feel like we have sufficient direction on how to get there?
I mean, it's not easy to get lost.
We'll just have to follow the sound of the monsters.
Well, I mean, no one's been there in over, 50 years.
50? Goodness.
Can I open my map and have him show me generally where it is on the map?
You can, and he kind of just jabs a finger randomly in like a northerly direction that looks like maybe 3 or 4 days jaunt into the foothills of the Cloud Peaks.
Well, thank you so much for your time. I hope the rest of your day is lovely.
Hey, you too.
No more visitors, right? I'll keep them away.
All right, thank you. I don't like visitors.
I'll also give him 2 gold pieces for his time.
He takes them and kind of looks at you and then looks at them and then like puts them in his pocket and doesn't say anything.
Well,
These people are rude.
Doesn't like visitors.
He doesn't like fucking visitors.
We're not visitors, we're travelers. We wouldn't visit if they would just give us the information. We'd be on our way.
Did you not stop in his yard and interrupt his sweeping? Good sir.
Yes, but we weren't visiting, we were interrogating.
He probably doesn't like interrogators either.
Probably likes those worse than visitors.
And like in this time period, if he isn't just like a magic user or just a commoner, sweeping's like a freaking video game. He's got a whole narrative going on.
Yeah. He's got the whole other side of the porch to do this afternoon. I can't believe you would interrupt.
How dare you?
So should we try to find someone else to speak with, or do we feel like we have what we need? I mean, much danger. That's always to be expected when on a treasure hunt, right?
I mean, is it right for us to take Paige with us, knowing that there's going to be danger? Up until now, it's just happened to us, but now we know for a fact that there is danger. Do we have a responsibility as adults to keep Paige out of it? We say in front of Paige.
Daggers. Mind daggers.
Yes, obviously, but if you get eaten by something, am I responsible?
And we know his parents wouldn't approve.
It's true as well.
My parents stopped approving the second I left the tribe. The second I said, I'm not going to be just some farmer, they stopped approving. I'll be fine. I'll be fine. I'm fast. I'm the fast one.
You promised.
Plus he has you to protect him, Benlin.
You promised that if you get low on health, you'll run away, right?
Yes. If I sense the Grim Reapers behind me, I will run ahead of me.
Thank you. That's all I ask. I'm assuming at this point we see Laszlo and Kira approaching.
Yeah, you guys started, or yeah, they would have started, I assume, coming into your area.
We spoke with the friendliest halfling man I've ever met, and he gave us directions to the foothills of the Cloud Peaks, I want to say.
He says the town is full of monsters.
And he wasn't nice,
muted.
actually.
As we approached, Kirill was saying emphatically to Laszlo, well, are you sure that line wasn't meant metaphorically?
No, I mean, she seemed to be quite literal with her prose.
Anyway,
Apologies.
it looks like we'll be camping.
Okay.
Your favorite, Kirill. Your favorite.
I have missed sleeping under the stars unprotected.
They've missed you as well.
Unprotected. We
And you said the
protect each other.
halfling... How small is this town?
There's like 12 houses, maybe.
Oh. All right. Well, if the one was unproductive and rude, then I don't necessarily have faith for the 11 others.
They also do not like visitors. He made that very clear.
Very clear.
All right. Well, generally, I would give some sort of adage about music being the language of all, but I think in this case, perhaps motion is the language they would prefer.
It feels that way.
Dancing?
Oh, are you going to dance?
Oh, no.
Laszlo?
We can dance out of their village.
We can dance if we want to.
I
Don't
don't.
leave your friends behind.
We can leave this town behind. For our own safety, in which case it would be a safety dance. Yes.
All right. Naya, do you
D6
want to-
lightning bolt, no saving throw. Down on Carol.
Divine Intervention. He hates that song.
Death to Carol.
I love that song actually.
Anyways.
Okay.
I am assuming you guys are going to be heading up through the foothills.
Yes.
And
foothills.
Pushing on.
All right. So again, it's probably I think it's about 4 days travel based on your map. First 2 days, nothing. It's easy traveling. You know, you're just barely in the foothills. Nothing crazy. What does someone want to give me a survival roll to see how we make it on the next day?
And we're on our way to which way, right? Or is he just saying like there's something weird happening in this part?
You are on your way to the general area where he said which way was.
Okay, got it.
He wasn't very specific, but
he said we'd see it. He's like, you're not going to get lost.
Yeah.
I have a +1 on my survival. Does anyone have it better?
I got an 18.
18. 18. It's good. Nothing crazy.
Don't get lost.
You come to a fork in the road, and you've got 2 paths ahead of you.
Pick it up.
Oh, it's platinum, but as soon as you touch it, it disintegrates.
God.
You've got a path going east and a path going west.
What do we do? There are no signs, right?
Okay,
Is there anything in the book?
It says Foggy Moor's west of there. Laszlo?
Yes. What? I'm sorry. Yes.
Does the book say anything about east or west?
I mean, the book doesn't really have anything to do with the map per se.
Yes, but in the book, do they come to a crossroads and they go east or west, perhaps?
Do they think? Do I know that?
There's lots of crossroads where they come east and west.
Yes, they went east, then west, then west, then east, then east. I don't know if that would help us now.
Is there any way of telling which way is correct, like with a survival check, or?
Yeah, someone give me a nature check.
Nature. Oh.
I got something there.
+1.
17.
Anyone else?
I'll give it a shot. Oh,
I'm
it
not
sucks.
smart. I'm wise, not smart.
Natural 20.
32.
Hey. All right. So as you guys are examining, Laszlo happens to look down at the road and see that there is a fresh track on the road that leads west.
The dirt, there's tracks in the dirt. I don't know if that could help us.
What kind of tracks are they?
You're not quite sure because it looks like someone else or something else has kind of stepped in the same area a couple times. But it looks vaguely monstrous.
So perhaps we go the other way.
Well, we're trying to find a monster-infested town. Shouldn't we follow the monsters?
I think that's very fair based on what you said the halfling said.
Oh, good.
Not to get into a he said, but westward.
Westward it is.
Well, westward.
So you take the west path.
This is getting good.
I will
Scribbling in his journal.
I'll let everyone else go before me, and then I'll kind of like go right behind everyone, looking around, very paranoid.
Okay. You keep walking for a few hours. We're getting towards nightfall now. And you come to another cross in the road. This time, no tracks. Nothing. No signs. Anything. At this point, it's probably 10 o'clock at night-ish. Or you guys would probably, it would be whenever you would think you would pull over for maybe breaking camp, if you want to break camp, unless you're pushing through.
Let's camp.
Okay.
What is it with and crossroads?
Does seem odd.
I'm a little disappointing. Our new halfling friend gave us such poor directions.
It's almost like he knew what he was talking about or didn't.
We can't. I will take first watch.
I know it's dark, but can I pick out any of the points of interest on the map? Can I see like Three Tree Hill or anything?
No. There's lots of trees. There's lots of hills.
Okay.
There's no hill that has 3 trees on it, unless it's like, like 5 or 6 or 7 trees. It's not just like 3. Or there's like a giant hill with like 3 trees spread out over this giant hill, but you get the sense that 3 Tree Hill is something different. We're setting up camp.
I think so.
Anything specific? Just bedding down for the night? What are we?
I'm just contemplative. What does this all mean?
Okay.
I want to climb something.
Climb something? Okay. All right.
I'm going to find a nice tree I want to climb. I'm going to go for a good climb, get some energy out, and then I'll be ready for bed.
Don't go far.
I'm just going up. I won't be far.
If there's a big monster that comes, just scream, and they'll help you.
Okay.
Well, Laszlo, if somebody screams, I think it's all of our duties as people with some ability to lend an assistance.
So yes, we'll help you.
You understand that's part of traveling together. We are more than happy to protect you, and it's a matter of us all taking care of one another.
Right.
I'm going to bed.
Okay. All right.
I'll noodle around about my song of traveling through the foothills on a horse with no name, because I never got it from the stable master, before bedding down myself.
Right. We have any watches set up?
I'm on
watch.
Stuff, yeah.
Right. You want to... I'm sorry, you were going to say something? Someone? No? Okay.
No.
Instead of a D20 roll, will you give me a percentile die roll, please?
Oh, man, I can never read those. Okay, here we go. It's 26.
Okay. So you what?
Or is it 62?
It's the
I don't know. That's important.
It's the 2-0 and a 6.
All right.
26, right?
All right. Yeah, it's 26.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. I love the clarification.
Well, you're right. It probably does matter. If I'm going to die, it's going to be because the dice determined it, not because I fucked up.
That it is. And at that moment,
That was foreboding.
out of the you set up your little camp here. I'm assuming you probably go off. Let's move to the map here. We've got a little crossroads here. Where is it? Oh, we have to reveal everything. Haha, I can know how to DM. It's fine. I can do this.
The magic of roll 20.
You're doing it, bro.
Let's make sure I did this right. Wait. Well, I want to do it. Come on. Work.
You better. You wanna?
Okay.
There it is.
Oh, cool.
Nice map.
Yeah, props. Thanks, Coulter, for pulling this one out of the hat for me.
Neat.
And we will most definitely give credit to the place that Coulter purchased it from in the
Sazay and Peku.
There we go. Thank you guys for this beautiful map.
Yes.
So I'm assuming you guys kind of pulled off to the side here, in this little cove thing. So give me a perception roll if you're doing the first watch.
Perception on it. Oh no.
Oh no.
10. Okay. Let's take a look here. Where's my... No! I closed the window! There we go. All right. With a 10, you're kind of entranced by some of the trees. You're not sure if you're seeing things in them or if you're hearing noises. You know, they talked about this being kind of a monstrous, or who is huge? There we go.
Me, I don't know why I'm so big.
It's all good. They talked about this being kind of monster infested area. And so you're not sure if you're actually seeing some monsters or hearing things, or if it's just your eyes playing tricks on you after the journey. When out of the brush, I know how to do this.
The book is still in Laszlo's bag. Your bag?
I believe so.
What is it with you and names that end in O, man?
No, Finnick. Who else?
Who else
doesn't land in M?
Who else is awake?
For sure.
I was asleep. Yeah, I was planning on second watch, so I'm down.
Okay, so it's just Naya.
Sounds like it.
I mean,
Naya.
I don't want to, I'm not trying to metagame, but I think.
Oh no!
Laszlo,
I should have asked this earlier.
I think Laszlo, like hearing that from Kirill, like we all need to pull our weight. I think he would have maybe volunteered for a watch.
Okay.
And either like the first one or the second one.
You want to give me a perception roll?
That is.
You can use the help.
Perception. That is 15.
Okay. So as you're focused on your book, you're not really seeing much right there. You're still opening it up, letting the pages kind of flutter, and then closing it, and then checking the map, and then maybe going back through and reading some stuff to see if you've missed anything. When you both hear a rustling coming from these bushes over here, the map layer, coming from here ish. When I'm sorry, Roll20 is not my friend.
It is your friend.
I'm still learning.
You see like some music to like I'm doing my roll 20.
One out of the bushes, 3 lizard people jump out and snarl at you.
Up, gents! I scream.
Can I get initiative?
Point.
From everyone?
I had to point at it.
Oh, no.
Rough night.
You want to call out to us, Hank, or do you want us to tell you?
I'll call out. So let's do Benlin.
1.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, buddy.
He's a deep sleeper.
Naya.
8.
All right. Laszlo.
19.
Oh shit. All right. Paige.
23.
Oh.
Damn.
All right. Kira.
Zing! Sick out of bed.
9.
9.
Ah!
All right.
We got this.
Is Wisa gonna die?
No.
I don't know.
Did I try diplomacy?
You guys got to tell me that.
No, they've already initiated.
So that is going to. I'm going to rule that they were a little noisy, so you guys woke up. So Paige, we're going to start off with you.
I'm gonna, as I'm jumping out of my bedroll, friend or foe? Friend or foe?
Let's see. Hold on, I know this. You hear just this like weird hissing language. Almost like a snake, but a little more guttural and angry.
And angry?
Yeah.
Is it draconic?
Yeah.
Because don't you speak that, Coulter?
I do, yes. And
Yeah,
Laszlo.
I know.
Dragon.
Once we got to you guys, I was going to tell you that you understood it.
Okay.
Oh,
Sorry.
okay. I thought we were awake. I'm sorry.
No, you guys are awake.
It's not your turn.
Oh, just it's Paige's perception. Okay.
Okay. So I'm gonna run my 30 feet here and then here.
Okay.
Do I attack? I mean, would Paige attack?
I don't know. What do you?
Well, you can stay back with us. I wouldn't go up to them if you're not going to attack. But if you want to stay back with us and be the ready or whatever.
I think on instinct he would run and try to flank them, but he's just
Okay.
I'm just gonna ready an action, ready an attack.
Ready for what?
What's the ability called? My psychic blades.
What's the trigger?
What's your trigger?
Oh, if they attack.
Okay, so if one of them is hostile.
Yeah.
Okay.
It goes south.
Okay.
If they're not looking for directions or a cup of flour or something.
And what action are you readying?
Melee attack?
Well, because that would have to be within melee range of you.
He is.
So, like, oh, I see. Never mind.
He
My
moves.
bad. Sorry. I have the map too zoomed in.
And
Right.
10% versus 20 versus 30 is a dramatic difference. Like on
Right.
roll 20.
Right.
It's
It's
like
crazy.
I can't see anything. Okay.
It's crazy. All right, that's going to bring us down to Laszlo.
Did I hear? Was I like in my right state of mind to hear what they're saying?
Yeah, this one here in the middle said basically get them.
Okay. They want to hurt us. And then I will, as a bonus action, summon my tentacle.
Yes.
Can you copy my token?
Can I copy your token? Can I copy it? I sure can.
That's not me.
That's not you. Why did I think that was you? God damn, which one are you?
He's the gold one.
Yeah, the bronze.
Sorry.
That was my beautiful face.
Bonus action. One of my tentacles is going to pop up right in front of the guy that spoke. And he's going to go in for an attack.
Okay.
A melee attack. Ooh, that's good. That is 24 to hit.
Oh, yeah, it's going to hit.
And he does some kind of damage. Sorry, I forgot how to play D&D.
It's okay.
Math is hard.
2d8.
Oh.
No, when you reach level 10 is 2d8. So 1d8. 3 points of damage to him.
All right. So your tentacle pops up and kind of smacks him in the face.
And then as an action, I'm going to Eldritch Blast him.
Okay. Go for it.
Ooh, that's not as good. That's a 9.
It goes wide.
Shit.
You're so excited that your tentacle smacked him. You're just...
Yeah. I was so into my book. Then all this happened, and I don't know what's going on.
All right, so now it's going to be these lizard creatures. So one is going to move up to, let's go here. So this guy is going to, can you guys see that?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. That one's going to attack Paige here. And he's got, okay. So... does a 14 hit you, Paige?
That is my AC.
Okay.
Does that trigger his held attack?
It would, thank you. Yeah.
Sweet.
Let's get that damage.
Daggers.
Or let's get that roll.
So then... Okay. 19 to hit with those?
Yep.
So those do a d6 of damage. 3 plus the mod. So 6 damage.
Wow. Very nice.
Claw? Do you have a weapon?
Yeah, so what did you just do?
So it's a new 3rd level ability, but it's a psychic knife or the soul knife subclass. So a kind of light forms in my hand paw and comes to a point, and then I grab a hold of it and I slash.
Huh.
Nice. I like it. What color is it?
Ooh, it's a dull pink.
Dull pink. All right.
I like it.
You guys see this dull pink energy start to glow from Paige's hand or paw, and then he slashes this lizard folk. Lizard folk screams and yells nasty things at you in Draconic that you don't understand.
I just hear, what do I hear?
Like,
Perfect.
So it's that guy. This guy is going to attack Laszlo here. Laszlo.
How much damage did I take?
Oh, I didn't roll damage for you. Thank you. You're going to take 5 damage as he takes his shield and just bashes you in the face with the spike shield.
Okay.
In retaliation for your pinprick. You're not so much pinprick. Laszlo.
Yes.
Does a 15 hit you?
Yep.
Okay. So this lizard folk runs up to you and snaps at you with its mouth. And you're gonna take 8 piercing damage.
Oof. Then I'm going to do Hellish Rebuke.
Okay.
So he needs to make a dexterity save.
Oh, I don't like that. Okay.
Yeah.
That's a 2.
Does not make it.
You don't say.
He's going to take 10 points damage.
Oh, he is not happy with that. So then his second attack, he's going to try to swipe at you with his heavy club, but he is still on fire and misses you and is not happy. And then this third guy here.
So I forgot to mention that when he got hit by my tentacle, his speed is reduced by 10 as well.
Okay,
that's going to affect anything. Yeah.
Thank you. He is going to. He is going to take a swipe at your tentacle. Actually, he's going to do 2. That is a 12 to hit your tentacle.
I mean, it doesn't have a stat block or like HP or anything.
So it just goes incorporeal, right?
Yeah, it just goes through. Yeah.
All right, so he goes and like swipes and bites at it and hits nothing but air and is not happy and screeches a little bit. And that's going to bring us down to Carol.
Okay, so if I cast Shatter here, is it going to hit Paige or is it going to just hit the 2 lizard folk?
What's the
radius? It has a 10-foot radius.
5, 10. If you do it here, yeah, it's going to hit Paige, right? Yeah.
Okay.
If you do it here, though.
Okay, so from here.
Might even hit this guy, too. Oh, no.
Oh. Okay, I'm going to cast Shatter here to hit those 2.
Okay,
so
cool.
Can I get a dex save from both of them?
Of course. I've got a 19 and an 8.
Okay, the 19 saves, the 8 does not. So the 19 will take half damage.
Okay.
That is 11 damage total. So 5 for the 19, 11 for the 8.
Okay, this guy up here next to Paige, looking real bad. He's like holding his head. Ears are not happy. He's swaying. He's looking bad.
And this was the component for this is a piece of mica. So it is a mica pick that shatters upon strum.
Oh, I like it.
Discordant.
I like it. All right. Is that it for Naya? Or I'm sorry, Karen?
That is all I can do, I believe. So.
All right.
Yeah.
Naya.
I am girding my loins.
This man in the middle has taken the least damage.
Correct.
This one here. Okay, so I'm gonna step up to him and flank. Can I flank with this tentacle? God, I feel like we've had this conversation, but I can't. Never remember.
No.
We determined that you can't do it with spiritual weapons, so the tentacle is the same.
Okay.
Right. It's incorporeal.
So I go up to it. I'll spend a key point to do 3 attacks. Okay, so it's gonna be 2 11s, huh? So 2 15s and a 7. Yeah.
2 15s will hit.
Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and do. Wow, 2 1s. Okay, so that's gonna be fucking 6 damage.
Hey.
So I just take out my sword, slash up the front, and then bash it on its snout with the butt of it.
He's not happy. That snout's a little tender now.
She booped the snoot.
She did. She booped the snoot, and he is not happy. All right, it's gonna bring us to Benlin.
Benlin is going to realize that there's combat going on, sit up, put his hand over the ground, and a bit of plants are going to grow up, harden, turn into a wood. Then he's going to pull a warhammer from the ground, essentially casting Shillelagh as a bonus action. And then he's going to rush forward to kind of the center, and he's going to cast Bane on the 3 lizard folks. I need charisma saves from them.
That is a... Oh, shit. That's a 17, 0, and a 4.
Okay, so the 0 and the 4 definitely fail.
Yeah, I would think so.
So now any attack rolls or saving throws they make, they subtract a d4 from.
Oh, wow.
Okay. All right.
And then that's Benlin's turn, because I moved bonus action and action to all in the same turn.
Okay. That is going to bring us to Paige.
Oh. So I'm going to swing with my rapier, and then my offhand will be the psychic blade. Yeah. So I'll swing with my rapier.
Okay.
Does a 17 hit?
Sure does.
Sweet. So then I do this much plus that much. And then do I get the sneak attack damage as well? Still learning how it works.
Because there's no ally within 5 feet, so yes, right?
There would be...
It's opposite.
The ally has to be within 5 feet.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I'm thinking of dash.
Gotcha.
Yeah, only specific.
It's been so long. Yeah, so no. And honestly, you're not going to need it. I promise you.
Okay. Well, 5 damage from the first attack.
How much?
5.
Oh, yeah, he goes down.
Woo!
Is that the one that's past his saving throw?
No.
Damn it.
I'll give you that. It's not. All right.
So that was my action.
Right.
And then I'm going to... I'm going to then run over to this one.
Now that one you can sneak attack.
Can I attack again even though I attacked and then moved?
Yeah, because you have a bonus action still.
I do.
To attack with your offhand.
Sweet. So yeah, I'm going to attack with a psychic blade again.
His pink blade.
Psychic blade. Psychic blade.
Sorry?
Is an 8 hit?
Sorry, bud.
Can it?
but for please.
but I can has.
Does anything give it give me advantage?
Yeah. Kirill's beautiful song. Psychic blade. That didn't give him a bonus.
Oh, can I grant it? Oh, no, we already said it didn't hit, so I can't grant him advantage after the fact.
Yeah.
Sorry, man.
Sorry, bud.
I'm not remembering to use my bardic inspiration. Next time, I will get you.
Okay.
My pretty.
So it's going to bring us to Laszlo.
How are each of them looking?
This guy is looking, he's looking pretty haggard.
Mm-hmm.
This guy is looking pretty worse for the wear.
Okay.
But still not quite there.
Okay. I will take the attack of opportunity to get here.
Okay. Oh, buddy.
Oh, it wasn't a nat 20, was it?
Shit.
All right, where's...
Wait, -4? Wait, -4?
Yeah, you have to subtract 1d4 from the roll.
Or is that the one that made it? I mean, I don't know, I guess.
Does a 16 hit?
Yeah, 16 definitely hits.
Okay.
Oh. Cutting words?
How does that work?
Reduces the damage, right?
Yeah. Well, reduces the I can reduce the attack roll as well.
By how much?
It's one of my bardic inspirations, so a d6.
Okay.
6. So that's a 10.
Ooh, and you've got an 11 armor class, so that's not going to hit. Very nicely done.
We will nickel and dime it till we get it.
Yeah.
Save my life.
That was honestly, as he was running past, he saw the guy swipe and just yelled, "You son of a bitch!" and distracted the lizard folk enough.
I guess I didn't really think this out, but I'm sorry, friends. I'm going to cast Arms of Hadar. So anything within a 10-foot, within 10 feet of me needs to make a strength saving throw.
So both me and Paige?
Yeah.
And what saving throw is it?
Strength. So you should be fine. Paige.
I'm not that strong. I got a 17 though, so.
I got a 1.
Oh no!
No, buddy.
You already
19.
had your turn.
19 makes it.
Okay.
And that's both of them. Both lizard folk.
Both what?
Both lizard folk.
Oh,
What does this spell look like?
that one. Ooh, 13.
13 is my, god damn it, is my class, or is my save.
So yet another AoE spell that only hits.
Only.
What about the D4 thing? But what about the D4 thing?
Oh, thank you.
Nice.
So that's
Thank you,
actually okay. So this one's gonna fail,
Cool.
but this one's still got a 17. What did he get? What did I say he was?
He got a 19.
Okay, so then he's gonna get a 18 now.
Yeah, he's still makes it.
Okay, so this one failed.
That's cool. It's 8 points of damage.
8.
Mm-hmm.
All right, he's not looking good. He's not happy.
Which one is?
This gentleman here.
Okay.
Is that everything?
On a failed save, get to so that he can't take reactions to the end of its next turn.
Okay.
And then the other one still takes half damage. I don't know if that does anything.
I'm sorry. So how much damage was it originally?
8. So 4 to the other guy.
Perfect. Thank you. He's
And then-
looking pretty bad too.
I will move my tentacle this way and bonus action do another attack.
Okay.
That is a 22 to hit.
Yep.
That's 8 points of damage.
Oh, he's
Next
looking
damage.
so bad.
Laughter.
He's just literally like hissing and seething at you.
We're getting close to completing our evening foray.
Now Laszlo is a little scared. And then it's the end of his turn.
All right. Hank didn't prepare for this part, so we're gonna do this instead. Thought about everything but this. This gent is going to screech something and summon a how big is huge?
4
by 4.
squares.
4x4 or
2.
3x3?
3x3. Huge is 3x3. Gargantuan.
Sorry, I meant 2x2. I was wrong. I was.
Okay, he's gonna summon a giant constrictor snake. right about here.
Kill it with fire.
Actually, no, I'm sorry. He's going here because I guess zone. Oh no. And that's his action for that. And now the snake gets to go. And,
Murder worm.
This just got scary.
No, grazie.
Murder noodle.
Definitely a murder noodle, that's for sure.
I'm
large murder noodle. Naya, what's your armor class?
13.
Ooh, okay, so you're gonna take 14 points of damage, and you are now grappled.
Yikes.
Is this the one that does restrain as well?
It's so until this grapple ends, the creature is restrained.
Shit.
So your speed is 0. You have disadvantage on dexterity saving throws. You can try to get out of the grapple by a strength check, if I remember. And it is now Carol's turn.
All right. Seeing the summoning happening, I'm gonna shoot him with a crossbow. Shoot this guy.
Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. This one, yeah, that one's still there. Okay.
Oh, great. Does a 6 hit?
Sorry, buddy.
Well, that's my action, but I will give a bonus action to give Bardic Inspiration to Naya in the hopes that it helps her break out of that. So you have a D6 to roll with one of your rolls.
Thanks.
Okay. Now it is Naya's turn.
Okay, so my shadow mark lets me teleport. Can I do that while I'm grappled? Well, fuck, that is what I will do.
You don't have to like touch it to activate it or anything, right?
No. I mean, my app just says can teleport 30 feet as a bonus action.
Do it.
And then I also get resist all for a round because of that. So
do it.
Bloop. Don't you know it's impolite to pick up a lady without her permission? I'll go over here, I guess.
So that's a rook.
Oh, you know what? I'm going to teleport here. That way I can still attack this shaman. So I'll do. Yeah.
Is that an action to do that?
The attack. Oh, it's a bonus action for the teleport. And so
perfect.
I could still have one attack.
Love it.
And it was a nat 1, so
okay.
I'm quite shaken.
But you broke the grapple.
You did. You
snake
did.
Skin.
So slimy.
Glorious.
That brings us to the bottom of the round with Benlin.
You don't have to say it that way.
Well, no, it wasn't a bad Benlin. It was like me being like, it's Benlin's time now. Come on, Benny boy.
So I'm going to attack him with my shillelagh hammer.
He doesn't like that.
Wait, Lammer.
The snake or the lizard folk dude?
The shaman.
Okay.
Benlin is no fool. He knows how summoning works. 19?
He goes down.
You don't even want me to roll damage?
He had 1 hit point left.
All right.
I mean, if you want to roll to see how bad
it was, yeah.
It's up to
hit
you.
Him. It's 11 damage, so that's
okay. Yeah, his skull caves in. He like screams, and the snake kind of goes, and then gone. We are down to.
And then I'm going to go Naya, and then by saying her name, she is filled with healing magic as plants sprout at her feet, healing her for 14.
Oh, hey,
it's bonus action healing.
Love it.
I add plus 10 to my healing word. That's so ridiculous. I love my clerics.
Disgusting. I'm outlawing that domain. It's gross. It's gross. Fuck you, Jamie Crawford. I'm just kidding. I love you, Jamie
You did
Crawford.
definitely not say that.
Don't hate me.
He is definitely watching.
Don't hate me. I love you. Absolutely love you.
Thank you so much if you want to sponsor us.
Exactly. Exactly. It is now, we are back to page. There's one lonely lizard folk snarling at you. His little tongue just like...
Ew.
Stop trying to tongue me as I swing with my rapier. Ooh, that's a 23 to hit.
That's gonna hit.
And the rapier's gonna do 7 damage.
How do you kill him?
I kind of jump back and I go to stab with the rapier. As I step forward, as I've been practicing and training, you step with the thrust. And then as it goes through and he falls down, I kind of look back to Benlin and I go, "You're onto something with stepping through."
Do you see me when I brained the shaman?
I did. Oh, nice. Wow. Wow.
Focus.
And that is where we will end. Thank you, everyone, for sticking with me for my first online session here. It was a lot of fun.
You did great.
Thank you. We will be doing an after party afterward. If you're on Patreon, check it out. Thank you to our sponsors, Sparky, David, Daniel, Scott, Rio's mom, Alistair, Sean, and Johnny Mac for supporting us and letting us create this content. Everyone else, check us out on Facebook, Twitter, Discord. We've got some great stuff on our Discord. Just hit us up. Someone's usually on there most of the time.
It's me. He means me.
I'm on there too.
I jumped in.
Oh, I'm usually at work, so I shouldn't actually be on there. But anyway, just work. Hear that? No. And with that, we wish you friends, fun, and natural 20s.
Good night, everybody.
Yes.